Alright, how's it going, everyone? It's Kenneth Becker from the Meta Podcast, and I just got home from the Collinsville Regional Championships, and this is the deck I played. Just a pretty standard Brokenvoir list. I'm sure you guys have seen this plenty of times, but I'm gonna go over some of the key cards that really helped me play in this event. Unfortunately, I didn't actually do very well. There were some judge callings that I probably could have appealed to the head judge about, and then just getting unlucky in some other rounds versus Buzzwole, Lycanroc, and Zoropod. But anyways, this is the list that I played. Probably one of the most key cards of the entire weekend for me was the Alolan Vulpix for that Beacon attack. For no energy, you search your deck for 2 Pokemon, reveal them, put them in your hand. This really helped me set up my Gardevoirs and grab Kirlias and stuff, really just to get those out a lot more smoothly. The idea was people are going to be cutting ends for Cynthia's, so my beacons are more safe. And yeah, that proved out to be true pretty much most of the day. So yeah, what was also really good is that sometimes I wouldn't necessarily need Pokemon, but I didn't really have a Gardevoir out yet. Maybe because I just evolved into Kirlia and I have the Gardevoir in hand already, so I wouldn't necessarily need to beacon for anything, but I would beacon just because I would want to get Pokemon out of my deck and draw cards that aren't Pokemon. So it was kind of a pseudo thin my deck of resources, and it actually proved to be pretty useful. I don't think I would actually change anything in this list. A second Gallade would have kind of been cool, but the one was fine. It felt like every Zoroark deck that I played against, they couldn't really deal with the one Gallade, but I would like a second one maybe, just for that kind of insurance. And especially moving forward, going into maybe another Zoroark heavy format, maybe 2 Gallade might be the right call. Let's see, yeah, the rest of the list is pretty standard. 2 Parallel, I believe, was the correct number, 100%. I've tried it with 1, and it just wasn't really coming into play that often, but having Parallel in hand really disrupted my opponent so much that allowed me to take games where I normally wouldn't have. So I chose not to play the Giratina promo. I decided if I'm going to go against Greninja, I might beat it just with smart parallels, and who knows. But it's not a very good matchup, and unfortunately I didn't have to go against it at all, so not playing the Giratina promo actually really helped. So yeah, that's pretty much the list. So I'm just going to go ahead and play a few games with it, and we'll see if we can pull out some W's. Alright, so we're going to be going against the Pokemon troop with their Fighting Water Psychic. This is probably just Buzzwole, Lycanroc, which unfortunately I lost to pretty handily. The guy, I believe his name was Jason, he runs Nova Circuit, and he gave us a pretty cool shout out. Alright, yeah, we start with the Ralts here. Ultra Ball, hand's pretty decent actually. Opponent going first, if we can get out our Vulpix. We're gonna Lele for Brigette, get our Vulpix. We have an energy in hand, so we actually have like a turn 1 beacon, assuming we didn't prize our 1. And it does look like there is like a Buzzwole, absolutely a Buzzwole deck. We see the strong energy, the Brooklet Hill. So yeah, we'll take these mulligan draws, and okay, so we start Sudowoodo, which is actually perfect for us. Having 3 Max Potion in hand is kind of weird. But I guess we'll see. Oh, he actually plays the Brooklet Hill, so we can actually just Brooklet Hill for the Alolan Vulpix, and that's what I would then want to do against Jason. So he's probably resolving Brooklet Hill right now. If I were him, I'd probably grab Buzzwole and just start putting on that immediate pressure. Now, in this matchup, going first as the Gardevoir player, yeah, sure, you can get out all of your Gardevoirs and stuff, but Buzzwole going second, they can start jet punching and putting so much early game pressure that it's really hard for you to come back from. Alright, so we're going to see an Ultra Ball discarding a Fighting and a Lycanroc. He does grab the Buzzwole, And I imagine he's probably going to play a Sycamore here. Oh no, he actually had no supporter in hand. So that's a little interesting. We top deck a rare candy, and that's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and play the Ultra Ball. We'll get rid of Guzma and Max Potion, I think. And we're going to grab Lele. We do have the Vulpix in the deck, which is really cool, so we'll go ahead and Brooklyn for that Vulpix. This is really good because now I can just Lele for three Ralts. Which, let's make sure we actually have 3 Ralts in there. We do. Okay. So this is really good for us. So we'll go ahead and play the Brigette. We'll grab 3 Ralts. And we'll attach to the Ralts, retreat into Vulpix. And I'm just going to grab Kirlia Gardevoir. Yeah, so I'll grab Kirlia Gardevoir here, because we have the rare candy in hand. So our next turn, we'll, Kirlia, rare candy into Gardevoir, and from there, we'll probably attach Choice Band to something and then play N. Okay, so he has the Octillery here and another energy, so he's actually going to Abyssal Hand for 5. If I were him, I would probably Brooklyn Hill first. Yeah, so that's what he's going to do. Brooklyn Hill for another Buzzwole and then Abyssal Hand for 5. Alright, so he does get the Float Stone on the active Sudowoodo and a Max Elixir as well, so... Oh, he whiffs the Max Elixir, thankfully. Oh, he gets another one. Okay, so if he has a Guzma in hand... If he has a Guzma in hand, that's actually really good for him. So, he's looking through this Max Elixir. Okay, and he does get one. He attaches it to the Rockruff and plays a Sycamore. That's probably his best play. Now, I could see a universe where he corners, but it might just be better to Jet Punch. We'll see what he does here. Okay, so it looks like he's going to go for the Jet Punch option, unless he plays something like a multi-switch, but there's no reason to do that at this point. Yeah, we're gonna get hit with the Jet Punch. Maybe he's gonna try and see. He's debating something, but what is he debating? Yeah, it looks like he's just kind of taking his time with his decisions, going and slow playing me. Let's go ahead and see. Look what's in his discard. He's got 2 Max Elixirs, Ultra Ball, a Lycanroc. Okay, so he benches a Remoraid. Maybe he sees that I'm going to go for his Octillery. Okay, so we actually top deck a Guzma, and that's pretty good, but we don't have any energy. So we're going to go ahead and evolve this one that just got hit on the bench, and then we'll rare candy this into a Gardevoir. I'm going to go ahead and put a Choice Band on this, and I'm even going to go so far as to Max Potion the Kirlia, because I want that to survive. So I'm just going to go ahead and play an N here. We'll see what we can get off of this, and a couple energy maybe. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately we don't get any energy. I mean, we have one to attach to the Gardevoir here, and that's fine. If he has a Guzma in hand, that's actually pretty bad for us, because I need to... I'm not sure. I think I'm going to Ultra Ball, get rid of Brigette Lele, and this is going to get me another Kirlia. So now I can, like, Super Rod, put in Lele Fairy, and then grab, off of this beacon, I'm going to grab Gardevoir and Lele. And I'm a fan of this, because this Vulpix is going to get knocked out no matter what. Unless he does like a Guzma absorption play, which would kind of suck. But I imagine a Jet Punch is coming. I really have no idea. If he has Guzma, we're kind of boned. Yep, okay, so there's the Guzma. If he has another energy, then he can just Absorption GX, and that's kind of bad. Yep, and that's exactly what he does. So we lose a Gardevoir pretty early. Unfortunate, but we're going to try our best here. Okay, so we actually just top deck a Sycamore, and that's probably fine. Since we're going to Sycamore anyway, I'm just going to Max Potion. And what do we get off of this? Man. Unfortunately, nothing that great. So, wait, can we actually knock this out? I think we can. We can double Colorless, Choice Band, and then Secret Spring. So, yeah, I had to make a big Gardevoir here. But, I don't know. So we'll go ahead and Super Rod and put in, let's see, what do we have in hand? We have a Lele in hand. Okay, so we'll put back this with the other Super Rod. And I think this does 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 2, 10. Okay, so we are knocking out the Buzzwole with an Infinite Force. So tying this game up, but we can lose to a Lycanroc Energy Choice Band, and that knocks out our Gardevoir. He brings up the Sudowoodo, which is fine. Okay, so there's the Choice Band on the Buzzwole. Okay, so that makes me feel a little bit better. Now, if I were him, I would honestly try and get like this a Lycanroc going, but it looks like he's not going for that. It looks like he's just going to get another Buzzwole ready. Now he attached energy onto there, so we're doing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. I can actually knock out this Buzzwole if he retreats and Jet Punches me. That does require me making a super huge Gardevoir, but I don't know. Okay, so a Float Stone goes down onto the Regirock. He is going to Jet Punch me for a pretty decent chunk of damage, especially when we already have 3 Max Potions in the discard. So off of this Sycamore, I don't really know. Maybe he's gonna try and Bloodthirsty Eyes something. Oh, he actually, well, he retreats, but if he can Bloodthirsty Eyes a Ralts, or maybe even the Lele. I'm not entirely sure here, but because we don't have another Gardevoir out right now, oh man, I really don't know. Because there's like an energy I would need to attach to retreat, or benching the Lele. Okay, so he's just gonna Jet Punch. Alright, so 70-30 onto the Ralts. That's probably fine, because we're going to be knocking out this Buzzwole, because we're doing 3, 6, 9, 12 with the Choice Band 15, and then 18 Secret Spring 210 attachment. So, super big Guardy, just to knock out this Buzzwole. And it might be the right play. Let's Brooklet Hill. I know we can't get anything off this Brooklet Hill, but I want to see what our supporters are like. I don't really want to end, but I could totally see Sycamoring. I need to get another Guardy out, because this one is definitely going to fall to a Lycanroc next turn. Alright, so there's the Sycamore. Off of that, we don't get Rare Candy Gardevoir, which is bad, but we do get a Gardevoir because we had that Kirlia. I'm not going to bother attaching this Choice Band because a Field Blower would just get rid of both of them. So I'm just going to Infinite Force and knock out this Buzzwole, which is fine. We'll take 2 prizes. We had DCE Gardevoir, but unfortunately we don't have Rare Candy. So maybe we can draw into Rare Candy if he does not. Okay, so he attaches a 3rd energy and a Choice Band, so he's got to have Lycanroc in hand. Okay, so yeah, it's just an Ultra Ball for the Lycanroc. He's not going. He's not going to go for the Bloodthirsty Eyes. He's just going to knock out this Gardevoir, which I'm okay with because we have DCE Fairy Choice Band in hand, and he has 3 energy on that Rockruff, which is sure to knock it out. Yeah, because Lycanroc only has 200, so we're actually going to knock out this for the game. Oh, he plays an End. This actually changes absolutely everything, and now we can actually lose. Okay, so he's gonna knock something out. We still have access to a Lele, I think. Max Elixir gonna go down and fail it. We might still have a chance, but it's just gonna be extremely difficult. Now, there's a Lele in the discard and 2 in play, so I actually can't Ultra Ball for Lele. I'd have to Ultra Ball for Oranguru, and then... Man, this is tough. Okay, so he's going to Claw Slash here for a ton of damage, knocking us out. Yep, doing 170, doing just the right amount of numbers. So we'll bring up the Gardevoir for sure. But we have to like Ultra Ball for Oranguru if we don't have top deck a supporter. So we actually get the rare candy, which is actually really unfortunate, because now we have to discard it. So I have to grab Oranguru here to maybe have a chance. So this is going to let us draw 3 cards here, and hopefully one of those is a supporter. Okay, so it's not a supporter actually. So the best thing I have is actually just to get rid of his tools. And just attach an Infinite Force for 120. I don't see him knocking out this Gardevoir this turn, so we're fine. He doesn't have a Buzzwole in play, which is actually really good. Because if he had a Buzzwole in play, then there could be a world where he does Strong Energy. He has the Regirock and then like Guzma up to like Vulpix, and then he would actually be able to win the game that way. But because he has a full bench, he's not able to do so. So we see a Float Stone go back onto the Regirock, which is fine. I'm okay with that. The only thing that would kind of suck, actually, if he ended me, that would probably be pretty good. I don't see anything getting knocked out this turn. So he might just have to... He might even have to just retreat, which wouldn't be good for him. Yeah, you can see our opponent's kind of in a tough spot here. They don't really know... they don't really know what to do in this situation. Honestly, if I were my opponent either, I would be pretty stuck as well. I'd be forced to retreat, getting rid of 2 energy, and then pretty much just sack something up for a prize, which is not something you want to do. Alright, so it looks like he's going to Strong Energy onto the Sudowoodo, so he can try and like Max Elixir Watch and Learn Sycamore. If he has a Max Elixir in here, the chance of him hitting a Max Elixir is probably not great, because there's 5 fighting in the discard, 2 of them in play. He probably doesn't play much more than 8 total, so he probably has like 1 fighting left in the deck or in his hand. And he actually has already played all 4 Max Elixirs, so he can't even go for that play. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and Bloodthirsty Eyes, which is probably his best play. And he's just going to bring up something like Lele. Oh, he actually brings up Oranguru, so he's going to knock out the Oranguru. But if he does that, then I just bring up Gardevoir. Okay. This is an interesting predicament. I have to instruct for 1. And it's a Guzma. I actually just get the Guzma for the game. So we're going to Guzma up the Lycanroc, bring up Gardevoir. It was as if his entire turn didn't even matter. Oh wait, we don't knock out the Lycanroc. I got 2 carried away. And my opponent actually just concedes. And so that could have been a turn where I actually could have safely Twilight GX, but he actually conceded, and I totally did my math wrong. So I got a little excited there. So yeah, he probably actually didn't even have anything in response. So we're gonna go ahead and play another game. Alright, so our next game is going to be against Rods 1584, where we saw an assortment of fighting Dark and Fairy and Colorless, and I don't know, it seemed like a crazy amount of things. So this could be like something crazy with maybe Weavile, Lele, the damage moving Lele, Necrozma. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff. So who knows what this could actually be. So we lose the coin flip, meaning our opponent's going to be going first here. We get a pretty fat mulligan, 5 supporters in our opening hand, 2 Brigettes. If we actually started Vulpix there, that would have been pretty cool. Obviously, we only run 1 Vulpix, so starting Vulpix is not that high. However, this last weekend in Collinsville, I started Vulpix more often than I thought I was going to. So they have 2 Pokemon, maybe even more. They're selecting their starting Pokemon. We're waiting to get our mulligans. So we'll see what happens. That is a pretty cool looking Empoleon coin. I just have my Pikachu coin from the XY Premium Collection box. We don't have a lot of cool coins yet. If there was a Metapod coin, I would be all about it, and we would use the Metapod coin absolutely 100% every time. But until then, we just have our XY Premium Pikachu coin. If you have any suggestions for a better coin that we should use, let me know in the comments. So we get a pretty decent, and we do have the turn 1 Brigette, and we can actually even beacon if our Vulpix is not prized. The opponent's still trying to decide. Alright, so this is just Buzzwole, or no, this is just Lycanroc Zoroark, but it might play a Buzzwole. Alright, so we see the turn 1 Brigette from our opponent as well. So, gonna grab a couple Zoruas and maybe even another Rockruff. At least that's what I would do. Yep, so he grabs 2 Zorua and 1 Rockruff, and actually just passes it to us. This is pretty decent because I can just Parallel, and it forces him to get rid of one of the Zoruas. I would imagine he would get rid of one of his Zoruas, but he's definitely getting rid of the Lele, because the Lele has done its job. So yeah, he gets rid of the Lele, and he's kind of choosing between the Rockruff and one of the 3 Zoruas. So he actually gets rid of the Rockruff. He says, "Yeah, I'm okay with this, and I'm gonna attach to the Ralts and go for the Wonder Tag into Brigette." So Brigette, and we do have our Vulpix, so this is pretty good. So yeah, we'll Brigette. We'll grab Ralts, Vulpix, retreat, and off of this, I'm gonna grab like Kirlia Lele, so that I can like Lele for him, I think. So I'm gonna grab Kirlia Lele. There is the chance that we also just top deck Rare Candy, and we're in a pretty good spot because we can Rare Candy 1 into a Gardevoir, put a Kirlia down, and do a whole lot of stuff. So we're actually going to see the Bloodthirsty Eyes Lycanroc bringing up a Ralts, which is fine. But I don't see him knocking it out. However, it does stop us from using Beacon next turn. So Ultra Ball for Zoroark, that's fine. And even a Choice Band as well on it, getting pretty... Okay, so he's actually just going to play N, so our Beacon didn't even matter. Okay, so we still get... Alright, there's the Field Blower, getting rid of the Parallel. We can Beacon next turn. I might Ultra Ball away, like the double Colorless. I don't know. Why would I... I guess we'll wait and see what we top deck. It'd be nice to just... We don't have Rare Candy or Gardevoir. But if we top deck Rare Candy, we can Ultra Ball for Gardevoir. And then we would even discard, like, Choice Band Lele off of the Ultra Ball for the Gardevoir if we top deck Rare Candy. We can Secret Spring, attach double Colorless, and then just start picking away. Alright, so we see a Fighting on the Lycanroc and just a pass. Alright, so we get a Oranguru off of this, which is probably fine. We'll go ahead and attach Fairy here. We're going to Ultra Ball, discarding Lele Choice Band, and we're going to grab a Kirlia. So off of this, We're not even gonna play the Sycamore here. We're gonna kind of feign that we even have a supporter. We'll instruct for 1. Okay, so it's an Ultra Ball, and that is something I'm pretty okay with. We're going to Beacon and grab Ralts and a Gardevoir, because I can see a world where it's... Well, actually, I think we're going to lose the Vulpix this turn anyway. He could just, like, attach double colors to just KO the Vulpix, which would be actually fine, because then I can just evolve into Gardevoir, attach double colors, bench the Ralts, and Sycamore. It would have been actually really nice if he had the, or if we had the second Kirlia, but that was not an option available to us. He actually has all 3 Zoroarks out and a Lycanroc. Our opponent is fairly well set up. I don't agree with them benching the Mew in this matchup whatsoever, because there's nothing in our deck that Mew actually hurts us. The only attack that they can really copy is, well, they can copy Beacon, I'm sure. They can copy Psychic, which would be kind of interesting, but it only having 120 HP, I don't really agree with them benching it in this matchup. So we see a strong energy attachment to the Lycanroc, but I wouldn't see them wasting their GX attack on a Vulpix. That would actually be pretty poor. Alright, so we're going to see a Wonder Tag here. If they play N, that's probably okay. So long as we have an out to a Gardevoir Fairy Energy support. Okay, so yeah, he does grab the N off of this. But yeah, I really don't agree with them benching the Mew. That's just going to be an easy 2 prizes for us to take. Okay, so we actually don't, but we get access to the second Parallel. And we can even Field Blower. Yeah, this is actually not that great, but we can Beacon again, and that's fine. So we're going to start off with the Field Blower, get rid of his Choice Band. We're going to lay down the Parallel, force him to get rid of... Well, he would get rid of the Lele and the Mew, for sure. But it also just limits the Zoroark damage coming forward. That might have been a misplay, because the Mew could have been some easy prizes. It might have been better to wait for the Mew to be active. I'm not entirely sure. It'll force him to, you know... It's not necessarily forcing him, but it allows him to get rid of that Mew, which he actually discards a Zoroark first. So maybe he does have a purpose for this Mew, and I'm just not seeing it yet. Now, I didn't see any sign of, like, Rainbow Energy. Because a Rainbow Energy would allow him to copy Infinite Force and Twilight GX, which would be kind of cool, but he does discard the Mew. And he actually just concedes. Probably realizes that, I don't know, probably realizes that he misplayed at some point, and actually just concedes. So, that one was a pretty short game. However, I think that's actually going to be it for this video. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Unfortunately, I was not able to perform as well with this deck in Collinsville, but I will probably be attending Charlotte Regionals, Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're going to be putting out some content to reflect, or not necessarily reflect, we're going to be putting out some content to test for this upcoming regional. So, thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked what you saw, please comment, subscribe, rate, you know, all of that jazz. So, until next time, I'm Kenneth Ecker from the Meta Podcast, signing off.